And for Lenny Fournette, even more now that rumored potentially going to the Bucs, James White goes back to the Patriots, so maybe even more Leonard Fournette back to the Bucs. The last team to go back-to-back was the 2003-2004 New England Patriots.
It's tough to go back-to-back.
Oh, yeah.
Chiefs almost did it this year. Now, the fact you just get back to the Super Bowl is something, aside from the Patriots run, is very difficult to do. Now, that Patriots dynasty, who had Tom Brady, who's obviously a large piece of the Tampa Bay puzzle now at this point, is a debunker for all of the thoughts on how hard it is to have sustained success in the NFL. Whether it's because you get too complacent, you don't have a long enough offseason, you don't have enough money to keep people together. That Patriots team somehow, some way, was able to do it for 20-some years. Nobody else has ever really been able to do it. I guess the Cowboys, obviously, they had their run. The Steelers had their run. The Niners had their run. Those are all decade stuff. We're talking about 20 years of sustained success. I don't think it'll ever happen again. Just doesn't feel like it's possible. Maybe Kansas City will be able to do it. But I like the fact that Tampa's like, hey, we can run this thing, 3-4 more years at least. You win 2 Super Bowls in 5 years, you are in a conversation forever as some of the greatest teams. Everybody just sees what the Patriots have done, once again debunking every single thing. But if they win a couple Super Bowls here in the next 4 years, this Buccaneers team automatically becomes like, do you remember that Bucs team, one of the best teams of all time? Going to be difficult with the Chiefs, who are still making plays. Going to be tough in the NFC that is kind of mounting up and everything like that. But it's difficult in the NFL to win. The fact if they do it again, it'll be amazing.
Do you think the Bucs have to kind of make a decision here between Fournette and Brown, and that's why it's taking so long?
I don't know. I wonder if they're allowing them to kind of go see what they got and then come on back. Hey, why don't you go ahead and snoop around? Okay, let us know what you hear. If you don't want to tell us and give us a right to match or whatever, that's cool. But go ahead and see what it is, because we do believe with this new salary cap, there's a chance that some things that you might think happen aren't going to happen. Now, if you're Leonard Fournette, and it was very apparent at the end of the year that offense was just learning how to be that offense. And you didn't get a big deal somewhere else, going back into that offense and hopefully picking up right where they left off, that payday now running back takes a lot of hits. There's a potential injury coming, whatever. But I think next offseason is also potentially big for Lenny if he comes back.
Well, the nice part for them is AB and Leonard Fournette are at a position that they already have Rojo and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Like, it's not like they're pressing for them to come back. But, hey, go out, test it. If you don't get what you want, come back, win another one.
Hey, you like the Bay. I mean, remember, we're all on the boats. We had fun.
It was great time.
Pretty good little weather and no
Who
tax.
does Tom want more?
What's that?
Who does Tom want more?
I don't know. I assume Tom would like both back if I had to guess, if he was talking publicly. Because remember, he was asked at one point if he would like Odell Beckham Jr. on the team. And he said, hey, if we could get Odell Beckham Jr. And then the headline was like, Tom wants Odell Beckham in Tampa. It was like, well, I don't think he said that. But also, hey, if we get fucking Odell Beckham, I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, Greenberg's back there with the pen and the salary cap. Somehow, Chris Angeling his way around this entire thing. I was going to say David Blaine, but that was David Blaine Caldwell down there in Jacksonville.
That's right.
He had that job for a long time somehow.